had a problem.
Yeah.
I was under the assumption that solar was only for high use, large house, air conditioning. I was kind of figuring if my bill wasn't $300 or $400 a month, it wasn't worth or that wasn't even available. Through a door-to-door salesman, I kind of learned otherwise, and that's what started me down the path of checking and seeing if it was something for me. Actually, every month for 4 months now, I'm beginning to credit. I haven't had any issues. I don't. It works good.
Nice.
I've never had a problem so far. With the little capability of getting on my phone and monitoring it, I can know what it's doing every second of the day, which is way cool the first couple of weeks. Now,
Right.
I just know it's there working. So,
Right.
so far, great. Well, summertime, I think the highest bill I ever had was about $175.
Okay.
Wintertime, a lot of times it was less than 60. So I had averaged $115 a month was my average if you did the whole year.
Yeah.
And divided it. So it's made a huge difference there with the financing options. 18 months, it's going to be $62. Then it goes to $92 for the next, what would that be, 18 and a half years?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I believe I'm making money the very first year, but if you draw it out, next year should just be insane. Yeah, it was just everybody I know. I've got family members that have solar, but they live in big fancy houses and
Yeah.
central air conditioning and, trying to cool off 3,500 square feet. They were paying some pretty healthy bills. Even my neighbor here, it's a 3,000 square foot house, and they went to solar over a year ago and just loved it. But they were still paying $250 a month, which was twice what I ever paid anyway. So
Yeah.
I didn't think it was for a small household.
Right.
So I never looked for it.
Okay.
Well, I like, because I had the first company that had stopped. I really hadn't done much shopping. Had a lot of discussion on where panels were going to be placed. We kind of came to a lesser of two evils of an option, and I was prepared to sign. And then through a family connection, I was introduced to Jesse, and through another couple days of discussions, I got exactly what I wanted from the get-go, and I'm elated with how the installation went and where it's at on my property. And it worked out good, and I believe when Jesse's opinion was that it was actually more cost effective for them to do it the way I wanted than what the other outfits were telling me was not even considered an option. So I'm still stoked about how that all worked out. Well, obviously I have and will continue to recommend, just based on the professionalism and the willing to discuss all options and show me what was available and what may or may not be good for me, and letting me make that decision, not coming and telling me, well, no, this is the only way, when clearly it wasn't. So that, just the professionalism and the ease of getting things done. Well, back to installation. The couple of other companies that I talked to were adamant that it had to go on the roof of my house. The way my house is situated, they would have been on the front side of the house on the roof where I would have had to see him every time I pulled in my driveway. I've had another family member that is now just removed the tile roof from his house for the third time because of leaks. And obviously my house isn't that fancy, but I really didn't want it on the roof, mainly because I didn't want to see it. So once again, after a couple days of discussion, and was able to progress from putting it on another building on my property to actually going to a ground mount, almost virtually right next to my electrical panel. It was great. If I had decided if I had to look at them pulling in my driveway, I didn't care what my S&B bill was. I wouldn't have them to where I had to look at them every time I came to my house. Well, obviously the big benefit is my monthly output for bills. I mean, being retired, I don't want to use the fixed income story like every other senior citizen, but it is a fact. I wasn't having trouble paying my bills, but now I know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So it makes it, it just makes it easier, especially now. It's just, we do the automatic. I don't even have to think about it. When I come home, if it's dark, I turn on the light.
Right.
If it's hot, my swamp cooler's running. I don't have to think about it. Well, if you're considering it, you're probably already there, but there's plenty of information. There's good stories on the internet. There's horror stories on the internet. Jesse's been forthcoming and let me know what some of those horror stories were right up front. But also just get the facts, and then I don't think you have any trouble making a decision, and I'm sure what that decision will be, but just get the facts.
Yeah. Awesome.